The State Department of the Biden administration has said that they prefer to see they prefer to broker a normalization agreement between Israel and Palestine, that they want to see this carried out because they support a two-state solution. This is not something that the United States should be imposing on Israel. That if it works out and it works for Israel's benefit, then fine. That's what they should do. In fact, after the outbreak of the war, after Israel was attacked by Hamas, the Knesset in Israel passed a resolution essentially stating that they should be left to negotiate what is best for them in terms of their relationship with Palestine. That passed 99-11. Well, this effort is getting picked up elsewhere. In fact, earlier today, the Louisiana State Senate Committee on Commerce, Consumer Protection, and International Affairs advanced a resolution urging the U.S. Congress to support the nation of Israel following the October 7th attacks and allowing them to determine their future. Joining me now to explain this resolution, Louisiana State Senator Valarie Hodges, who introduced this legislation. She represents the 13th District of Louisiana. Senator Hodges, welcome to Washington Watch.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. So
tell us about your resolution and what it would do.
Well, what it does, it expresses support for the nation of Israel. And this year I did a resolution. I've done a resolution supporting Israel every year for the last 13 years. But this year, in light of world events and what we're seeing happen in Israel, the language needed to be stronger. And we're urging and requesting Congress to do everything possible to root out Hamas and to support Israel, get them whatever they need. And we just want our president, we want Congress to hear us. We want to support Speaker Mike Johnson in his efforts and the decision that he's facing. And so the language was very specific about what Hamas did on October 7th. And it was atrocious because not only was it a military campaign, but against civilians and women and men and children. And that just should never have happened. But it is happening. Unfortunately, things are escalating. And what we want to send the message from Louisiana to our Congress is that we support Israel. We stand side by side with Israel, and we need to do everything we can to support that nation.
The resolution passed out of committee today. Is there any opposition to it?
No, there was no opposition at all. We had there were two amendments. One of the amendments that was offered was they didn't like the word exterminate Hamas. So I allowed an amendment to say root out Hamas. And the other one, another member wanted to put an amendment expressing condolences to the innocent Palestinian civilians who have been slaughtered as well by Hamas. So those were the only two amendments. And I feel like it's going to pass. As a whole, our legislature supports Israel, and I have no doubt it's going to pass.
So next,
and we need, and I'm actually, Tony, I'm thinking about asking the president if we can suspend the rules. I feel such an urgency to do this and get this message to Congress. We need to get this through the Senate as soon as possible and get this transmitted to Israel and to Washington, D.C., and to President Biden.
Now, is there a House version as well, or is it just the Senate version?
It's just the Senate version.
All right. So next thing, Senate floor, its approval, and I'll be looking for that maybe coming up here to Washington. I'll be looking for it.
Okay, great.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, Senator Valarie Hodges, thank you for speaking out on behalf of Israel. Always great to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.